Hello friends, I had a gentleman DM me asking me what it would cost to fund a full-time stocker operation. So I'm going to go backwards here. We got a lot of numbers, but I'm going to use the Toppenish Livestock Market Report from January, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to buy a 400-pound stocker around the 1st of January. We're going to sell a 900-pound feeder around the 1st of January in a year. So to buy a 400-pound stocker right now, $2.85 a pound. That was a couple weeks ago. And then to sell the 900-pounder, you're going to get about $2.15 a pound. So the 900-pounder is going to bring you $1,935 net, $1,860. The 400-pounder is going to cost you $1,140. So we're looking at a gross margin of $720. Now in time, those prices will go up and they'll go down, but that gross margin will stay amazingly close to the same. Now, if we buy a calf on the 1st of January weighing 400 pounds, we can figure about 90 days of stored or bought feed. They're going to need 10 pounds of dry matter a day, so 900 pounds of dry matter for the first 3 months. Then they'll go to pasture for 180 days, and then we can expect a 90-day stored and bought feed period at the end of it. At that time, they're going to need about 20 pounds a day. So in 90 days, that's 1,800 pounds. So here's our prices. If we were going to give this calf 2,700 pounds of dry matter, if we're going to use a 4x4 round bale, we're going to need 4.7 round bales. To achieve these kind of gains, you got to have a pretty quality bale. We're calling that $65 a bale, which is $305. You're going to have about 180 days of yardage while you're feeding that hay at $1 a day. That's $180. And then we're going to have 180 pasture days at $1 a day. You know, you call up Trevor and put some cattle in with him at $1 a day. That's $180. So, I mean, your bare minimum cost is going to be $665. So if we take that spread of 720 and we subtract the 665, we end up making $55 a head. So if you want to make $60,000 a year, that means you have to have about 1,090 head of cattle. And to buy that at $11.40, you're going to need $1,243,636. To buy a year's worth of feed, $332,995, and for a total of $1,576,631. And that doesn't include any kind of feeding. You know, at $1 a day yardage, that would include, you know, manure hauling, this and that, renting a place. But yeah, we're looking at $1.5 million to get you 60,000, and that is with a conventional, right out of the gate deal. I'm going to have part 2 and part 3 here of this series. We'll talk about how a stocker calf will fit into a retirement situation, and we'll talk about how we can lower some of those costs and make those margins work for us. God bless you. Thanks for watching part 2.